Before X-Men Days of Future Past hit theaters, director Bryan Singer informed us that a large character would be cut out of the film in the form of Anna Paquin's Rogue. Now it appears that we'll get to see those deleted scenes as 10 minutes of extra footage will be added back to a special cut of the DVD. On the edition, writer Simon Kinberg stated, "It's a big chunk, a substantial part of the movie. Every movie has scenes that are cut out, but not every movie has scenes cut out with such a beloved character." Amy Rose, are you looking forward to seeing the extended cut of Rogue scenes?
I don't know who I charmed over Fox, but now I'm been able to talk about X-Men on the last 3 shows, and I'm so happy about it. First things first, more X-Men from a film that was as spectacular as X-Men Days of Future Past is hardly a bad thing. But I do not like what they've done with Rogue in the franchise to date. Could they have changed it with this film? Perhaps, but why would they have cut it then? So Rogue is an amazing character in the comics, and Anna Paquin, again, it's not her fault. We've talked a lot about Halle Berry's Storm and the different people being recast for Apocalypse. And again, if you don't have good material, I don't care how talented you are, it's not going to be that great. Some of her lines with Toad, oh God. So it's not going to be great. And I felt that way with Rogue. I just felt like they made her so whiny and annoying, and she's not supposed to be like that. So I am curious to see what they would have had to fit in the framework of this film, because I loved it so very, very, very much. But at the same time, you know, if it was that spectacular, they would have cut it. So
do we know what the scenes are? Do we?
I think so.
I mean, I have an idea, but has it been confirmed?
If it's going back, the reason I don't like this news, I would rather see the scenes on a deleted scenes on the Blu-ray. That's fine for me, because Kinberg himself did an interview about this. From what I've speculated is that it's the scenes where in the very beginning of the movie they break her out of prison. They shot it all. It was done. It was supposed to be in the movie. It was old Magneto and old Professor X. They break her out of the prison, and Kinberg himself said it wasn't flowing right. It wasn't working right. So now they're putting it back in, and it's...
See, what my thought was that, because then spoiler alerts if you haven't seen Days of Future Past yet.
Shame on you if you haven't.
And shame on you if you haven't. But the scenes towards the middle of the end, or middle, and end of the middle, where Kitty Pryde has thrown Wolverine back, and then when he meets Stryker in the past, and that causes him to have some problems, and he slices Kitty Pryde, and then part of the problem is, can she keep... I kind of thought that was where Rogue would come in, take Kitty Pryde's power, and continue to send him back.
I mean, that's very possible.
I probably would have enjoyed that more.
Yeah,
you know,
that would fit in the story.
Yeah.
And also her connection with Iceman. Iceman was there,
exactly.
you know, and bring it back.
Arguably, Rogue was the main character of the first X-Men movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue for Wolverine, but Rogue was really the one that the audience was experiencing the movie through. And she continued to be kind of present, but it was like each film was like, like just less of Rogue in each film. And then my thoughts were that they were going to kind of improve her character a little bit, because with the new film, it was so good, and it was like Bryan Singer's return to form for this franchise, that it was his opportunity to maybe give her a little bit more fleshing out and a little bit more like she was in the comics. But I have a feeling like it's probably like what you guys were saying, that they just were like, you know what, this isn't really working.
It's not working, yeah.
Well, there's so many things happening in that story already. That an extra character with an extra arc and all this stuff might have made it kind of
and Rogue's
uneven.
never had the opportunity to be the Rogue from the comics that we love. Now, one of the great things about Days of Future Past is that Mystique finally got that opportunity. Where she had sort of been marginalized in the past films.
Especially in the third one.
Especially in the third one. So that would be nice to have Rogue, you know, back in this one. But then there's also the continuity issue from the third film. Does she have her powers? Does she not have her powers?
The reason I think it's good that they cut it and don't have the extended cut, because eventually, look, from what we've heard of the synopsis for Apocalypse, that we're going to have young Cyclops and young Storm. Young Rogue. Because we're rebooted now, and we can do that. And
would she be like 5, right?
but as we move on past Apocalypse and everything else too, she's young in this too. But even so, we can eventually start introducing a new character. So I kind of think we should get away from the Anna Paquin version of it, because
I'd like that.
Fans and you're
it's
an X-Men diehard.
I will say I do really like it when there isn't an option on the Blu-ray or DVD to see the deleted scenes in the movie. I really like that a lot, and I wish they had done that actually with the Wolverine.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
put the alternative cut where he gets the costume at the end scene actually in the movie, so you can see it, not just in extended.
There's
scene.
actually going to be a couple versions of it, from what I understand. Of course, Fox is capitalizing on it. So
Cool.
in October, there's going to be the standard theatrical version, and then I guess next year they're going to release it with that. So
Oh, so that's not till next year.
apparently, so I hear.
Because they want you to get the first Blu-ray
Of course.
and then get the
Right,
second
right.
Blu-ray.
And
Exactly.
honestly, it's smart because I do want to see it.
Yeah.
So
I'm still waiting for an Amazing Spider-Man 2 cut where it's like Amazing Spider-Man 2. This is actually the movie.
there you go.
Hey everyone, if you like this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.